When you watch a movie, you engage in a process known as suspension of disbelief. This involves setting aside the laws of physics or critical thinking and logic in order to enjoy the film. The suspension of disbelief is crucial to the enjoyment of the movie. It is as critical to movies such as Superman or E.T. A similar concept exists in sales. This is known as the suspension of distrust. In a world of sales, when you reach out to a prospect about a potential business opportunity, a fundamental level of mistrust may already exist. This is primarily because they're aware of the fact that you're a salesperson. Their wariness is often an instinctive response when they realize that someone is attempting to sell them a product or a service. This response isn't necessarily a negative one, but rather an ingrained aspect of human nature that comes with the territory of your profession. This is where the concept of suspension of distrust comes into play. Similar to the way that audiences suspend their disbelief when watching a movie, allowing themselves to be drawn into the fictional world presented to them, salespeople must strive to create a similar environment of trust and rapport that allows the prospect to be drawn to the salesperson and his or her message. The suspension of distrust requires you to carry out small, seemingly insignificant actions that gradually encourage the prospect to lower their guard. The best way that I could earn a prospect's trust was by the power of no. What is the power of no? It quite simply is the ability to answer a question about your product or service capabilities with a no. Our product doesn't do that. Prospects are so used to salespeople who answer yes to everything. Your no lets them know that A, you know the difference between yes and no, and B, all of your yes answers are really a yes. Now we hope that this no is not a critical no, but if it is, you probably didn't belong in the deal anyhow. This process allows the prospect to stop worrying about when they're being lied to and more to focus on collaborating with you. It's about creating a sense of comfort and familiarity that helps the prospect to relinquish their initial sense of caution and hesitation. As you successfully implement this strategy, the prospect will let go of their initial distrust. They'll start to view you not just as someone attempting to sell them a product or a service, but more as a colleague or a trusted advisor working to help them to solve a meaningful business problem. This shift in perception can significantly improve your relationship with the prospect and increase your chances of closing the sale. Once earned, you should always protect the status you have earned with your prospect as a trusted advisor. Violating that trust will mean that your prospect will likely never trust you again. I've had many circumstances where my prospects told me that working with me is unlike working with any other salesperson. I attribute that to many things, but probably first and foremost is the honesty and candor that I used in my sales process. I realize that every salesperson brings a different skill set to the table, but you should consider adding suspension of distrust to yours. It may work for you as well.